Lake Dunlap is a reservoir on the Guadalupe River. It was formed in 1931 by construction of a dam to provide hydroelectric power. Hydroelectric power is a form of energy generated by the conversion of free-falling water to electricity. Management of Lake Dunlap was assumed by the Guadalupe Blanco River Authority on May 1, 1963, who worked hand-in-hand with SAWS and the city of Cibolo to provide water. SAWS receives up to 4,000 acre-per-feet a year of treated water, and the city of Cibolo has a 500 acre-per-feet area of Lake Dunlap leased. An acre-foot is the volume of water necessary to cover 1 acre of surface area to a depth of 1 foot and is exactly 43,560 cubic feet, or roughly 326,000 gallons of water. So SAWS receives 1.3 billion gallons of water, while the city of Cibolo leases 163 million gallons of water from Lake Dunlap. Cibolo isn't the only community that receives surface water, though. Through the Kenyan Regional Water Authority, water from Lake Dunlap is sent to 11 different communities, including portions of New Braunfels, portions of San Marcos, and the northeast San Antonio area that was formerly served by Behar Met. SAWS switched customers from Behar Met to Lake Dunlap water to reduce demand on Edwards Aquifer. The return to water from Lake Dunlap actually goes hand in hand with a pipe cleaning project that SAWS was already planning. The pipe cleaning process is to make sure the water meets the drinking water quality standards established by the Texas Commission for Environmental Quality. Through this process, SAWS had to flush water from the lake, but SAWS worked hard so the amount of water we lost was minimal. Since Lake Dunlap was man-made, it was also stocked with some species of fish which include, but are not limited to, catfish, crappie, striped bass, and largemouth bass. Though the fish were added to help the environment, they were also added to improve the utility of the reservoir for recreational fishing. So if you have a grandfather or an uncle who likes fishing, you've most likely heard of this lake before. Lake Dunlap has mostly calm water because of the narrow size, and the shoreline is protected from wind by trees. This family-friendly calmness leads to wakeboarding, water skiing, and other recreational enthusiasts. In fact, so many recreational enthusiasts come to Lake Dunlap that there was actually an association created called Preserve Lake Dunlap Association. If you go to their poorly put together website, the biggest thing you'll see there is lake safety, which claims that the safety of the lake goes down if the population of boats and jet skis increases. However, nowhere on the site does it mention about the fact that there are hundreds of stumps in the lake, and the lake is rather shallow. So if you have a boat or a jet ski or a grandfather or an uncle who has hurt their boat or a jet ski on this lake, you should probably get a lawyer. If Lake Dunlap disappeared, the Preserve Lake Dunlap Association would have no purpose, and all the members would probably cry and commit the Japanese ritual of seppuku. The 11 communities that receive water from Lake Dunlap would need a new source of water. A large source of hydroelectric power would be gone. But worst of all the fishermen would have to go elsewhere, and your grandfather or uncle that takes you fishing every summer would be sad. But Lake Dunlap isn't gone, so your grandfather or uncle will still be happy, and you'll still be forced to go fishing with them every summer.